Well, there's a new twist now in the cyber attack that crippled the nation's largest pipeline. This topping our news-making national headlines this morning. The Justice Department says the hackers ended up with virtually nothing after the U.S. turned the tables on them. Colonial paid $4.4 million in cryptocurrency to dark side hackers, but the FBI, already investigating the Russian group, got nearly all that money back. Agents were able to find the account where the ransom was sent and figure out the password. A judge has since seized that account.
House Representative and Trump ally Mo Brooks was served a lawsuit this weekend by Democratic Congressman Eric Swalwell over Brooks' role in the January 6th Capitol riot. After Swalwell failed to locate Brooks for months, he hired a private investigator. But Brooks is accusing Swalwell's team of trespassing into his Alabama home and accosting his wife Martha to serve the suit. In an email to NBC News, Brooks spokesman Clay Mills said Swalwell's process server entered the Brooks home without Martha Brooks' knowledge and without her consent. Then he refused to leave when Mrs. Brooks demanded it. Mills said they have video proof of the incident but declined to allow NBC to review it. Brooks' team also said they filed a police report with the Huntsville Police Department but don't yet have a copy of the report. Swalwell's team denies the trespassing claims. His attorney, Phil Andonin, told NBC in a statement, no one entered or even attempted to enter the Brooks house. That allegation is completely untrue. A process server lawfully served the papers on Mo Brooks' wife as the federal rules allow.
A Senate investigation of the January 6th insurrection at the Capitol, the U.S. Capitol, has found broad government, military, and law enforcement missteps surrounding the attack. The bipartisan review found a breakdown within multiple intelligence agencies and a lack of training and preparation for Capitol police officers who were quickly overwhelmed by the rioters. The Senate report released on Tuesday is the first bipartisan look at the insurrection. It recommends giving the Capitol Police Chief more authority, giving better equipment to law enforcement, and streamlining intelligence gathering. The report does not delve into the root causes of the attack, including the role played by former President Donald Trump.
President Biden is taking his first step overseas since taking office, and it starts today. He's got an aggressive agenda, including a face-to-face meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin. And NBC's Tracy Potts has a preview as Vice President Harris wraps her trip south of the border today.
This morning, President Biden embarks on 8 days of diplomacy, joining allies at the G7 summit to discuss ransomware attacks, the COVID pandemic, and global cooperation.
Working with our allies and partners, renewing our role in international institutions, and reclaiming our credibility and moral authority, much of which has been lost.
He scheduled one-on-one meetings with the Queen of England and Turkey's president and a NATO briefing before next week's high-stakes meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin.
One of the things that President Biden will make clear to President Putin when he sees them is that states cannot be in the business of harboring those who are engaged in these kinds of attacks.
His trip comes as Vice President Kamala Harris wraps her Central American tour in Mexico today with a stern message to migrants approaching the U.S.
I want to be clear to folks in this region who are thinking about making that dangerous trek to the United States-Mexico border. Do not come. Do not come. If you come to our border, you will be turned back.
She's seeking cooperation from Mexico and Guatemala to curb corruption and improve the quality of life south of the border. Tracy Potts, NBC News.